In this second video part, I will show how to work with MyAssays Desktop results files that have been automatically created by the WIZARD2 counter. So I'm following on from part 1, where I configured the WIZARD2 to automatically launch the MyAssays Desktop BGP protocol after counting was completed. So to find our results, we'll open the MyAssays Desktop Explorer, and we can find our results under the Results tab. Now, by default, all results files are named, made up of the protocol name and a unique ascending number. Now, it's possible to change the results naming convention. You might want to organize your results files into folders or subfolders. You can even name the files based on other types of data, such as a run ID or date or time, and I'll cover how to do that in a later video. But for now, let's open this first results file that's been created. So on opening the results file, in this case we are taken straight to the standard curve fit tab, so we can see the standard curve fit used in the data analysis. We can also go to the report tab and see the full report that has been prepared. Here we can see the curve, the standards data, our control results, and the calculated concentration for each of our unknowns. In this case, we also have further detail under the fit tab. We can interact with these results in many different ways. For example, we might consider this data point to be an outlier, so we can flag this point to exclude it from analysis and recalculate the results. In this case, we have a new report with that data point excluded from the curve fit. We could provide sample IDs for each of our unknown samples. We could import those in or paste them in. We could also modify our rack layout. Perhaps our samples were loaded incorrectly. We could modify our rack layout here to fix any of those preparation errors. In addition, through the properties button, we can see all of the properties of the assay configuration. We can see all of the data analysis steps, all of the configuration of the matrices, evaluation, validation, and report. So we can go in and make any changes that we want to this data analysis. Now, these topics are covered in more detail in other videos, but I just want to show you how you can make some changes to your results. So let's go to the report tab, and I'm going to add a histogram element. Now, I just want to see the standards in my histogram, so let's set that up, and we'll move the histogram to the top of the report. So let's recalculate the results, and now we can see that our report has been modified to include a histogram as the first element, reporting the raw values of each of our standards. Now, it's important to note that when a results file is opened directly, like we have done so here, any changes that you make only apply to this particular results file. So I've added a histogram here. This will only apply to these results. If we were to run the original BGP counting protocol again, then it would not include this change. You can see this by going to File and Save. Here we can see that if we press save, it will only save changes to this results file. So this makes sense because you might only want to make changes to this particular results file without affecting all other runs of the protocol. If you wanted these changes to apply to all future runs of the protocol, you could use the Save Protocol As option. This will save all of your changes to a protocol file. So we could use this and overwrite the original BGP protocol, so that now each time the BGP protocol is run, it will include the changes we've made. In this case, a histogram will appear at the start of the report. So let's close this, and we'll save the changes to the results file as well. And let's return to the WIZARD software and count again with the BGP protocol. Here we can see the BGP protocol is being launched again, and the data analysis is performed. So once again, returning to MyAssays Desktop Explorer, we can now see under the Results tab we have a second assay results file, and we can see here the histogram has been included in the results. Now let's take a look at launching the protocols directly. So let's go to the Protocols tab, and this time I'll select let's use the FT3 protocol, and let's press the launch button. As you can see, when opening a protocol file, it looks very similar to when we opened the results file. However, in this case, we don't yet have a report tab. That's because we have not yet performed any calculations. Now, a useful feature of MyAssays Desktop is that all protocols include example data. This makes it easier to get started with protocols. You can explore and use the protocol even before any measurements have been collected. We can see the example data in this protocol under the Measurements tab. If you do have data to process, then you can copy and paste it in here, or use the import wizard to import existing data files, perhaps some data collected before you started using MyAssays Desktop. But for now, let's just use this example data and let's press calculate to see the results. Just as before, we're taken to the standard curve fit tab where we can see the results of the curve fit, and we can also see the report. Now you can also go in and make changes to the data analysis through the Properties tab. Now in this case, because we launched the analysis from the protocol file, there is one slight difference in this case. If we go to the File Save menu, you'll notice we have a Save Changes to Protocol option. So if we press Save, then the changes that we've made will update both the protocol and the results file that we're working with. This is a key difference between opening an existing results file and launching a protocol file. In this case, it's because we launched a protocol and then calculated the results that we can optionally save the changes directly to the protocol. This workflow is useful when developing or refining protocols because the changes that you make are saved to the original protocol. However, you may prefer to turn this setting off, and you can do so from here, so that saving only changes the results file. With this setting off, the behavior is exactly the same as when an existing results file is opened. Any changes are not automatically saved to the protocol. In both cases, you can update the original protocol if you need to, using the Save Protocol As option as and when you want to make those changes to the protocol. To summarize, when a results file is opened, any changes that you make to that file only apply to that particular results file. With a protocol file, once results have been calculated, you can optionally save any changes to both the protocol and results file, or just to the results file. In the next video, I will show you how to create a new protocol when working with the WIZARD2 counter.